Daily Beats Productions. Daily Beats Productions. You are listening to Daily Beats. Daily Beats Productions.
What up, what up? My name is Tiago Duarte, and welcome to another live stream here at Daily Beats. And in today's video, I have a couple of questions already set up, and I'm going to tackle some of the issues that I see a lot of people having with some gear, and I will try my best to make them to show how I can help. So again, this is a live stream about. It's a live stream called The Producer Show, and is more like a Q&A session where I get all of your questions and I answer them in this how can I say, in this format, so that I can help you out to figure out or clear out some of your questions. And if you have questions, you can leave them in the chat, and I will after I answer or after I read or explain the questions that I already have, I will be able to get to the chat and answer some of the questions in the chat. If it's your first time here, welcome. And I will be streaming every Saturday at 6 p.m. GMT +2, which is the Berlin time. I'm situated in Stuttgart, so this is my current time zone. And if you don't see this one, or if you see this one as a video in my channel, you will be able to know that I live stream every Saturday. So you can join in, you can ask your questions. If you also want your questions with higher priority, I will have a link in the description so that you can go to my newsletter and subscribe. And you will have to confirm your email. So it's a two-step process. So you put your email, and then you receive an email from dailybeats.pt asking you to confirm your email. Then you have to click that, and once your email is confirmed, you will be able to receive the forms that I send out so that you can post your questions. Those forms will have a higher priority here in the live stream, so I will take those questions first and answer them here in the live stream compared with the questions in the chat. And I will not be posting any products, any marketing material. It's just the forms. I will just send the forms and also updates on the live streams and when they start. So it's not a way to collect emails. It's more a way to collect questions. Sorry. And again, I will not be posting any marketing material there. So with that out of the way, in terms of announcements, I think that's it. I'm looking here. There's someone already in the chat, so you can leave your hi, what's up in the chat, or any questions that you have. You can leave them there. Today I have two questions. That one is for FL Studio and one is for Studio One. So this will be the first time that I will be switching between DAWs. So like I said in the past live streams, I can show you stuff in FL Studio, Studio One, and Ableton. And again, my strongest DAW is FL Studio. I'm studying a little bit. My strongest DAW is FL Studio, and that will be where I will be more helpful, I guess. The other one, especially Ableton, I don't use that much, so I can be of help also in that one, but I will not have the same how can I say, the same proficiency in Ableton as I have in FL Studio or Studio One. So that's it. Let's go to the first question. And the first question is something that I did. It's related to a video that I did in the past. And this video is for the Td3. It's a Behringer synthesizer, and it's based on the Td3, I guess. That's the name. And it's a old school bass synthesizer. And I see a lot of people with a lot of questions about how to connect this. So in this video, I'm going to try to show you, or in this stream, I will try to show you how to best connect this. And I will show you also the best way to connect it with FL Studio, which sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain. So let's go ahead and switch back to my which one should I choose first, FL Studio or the webcam? Let's go with the webcam. So this is the Td3, and if you don't know, this is a really nice synth from Behringer, and it's kind of cheap. I think it was 100 and something euros. So it's a good synth to have in your setup. And let's see what do I have here. So the connections that I have, as you can see, there's four cables here. Let me try to show you all of them. So the first one is the power. And if I click this, you will hear on-off sound. And as you can see, there's some LED or LED lights already showing. And this one is the USB cable that you can connect here directly to your computer, and this is useful for updating your software or the firmware, and also using the tool that they have, that they provide. I don't know exactly the name of the tool, but there's a tool they provide so that you can load new presets into the Td3. So that's it. Then I have here the output, and the output goes directly into my PreSonus not PreSonus, my Focusrite USB audio interface. And then I have this one here. This is the most important one, which is the MIDI cable. And if I show you, let me take it out. This is a MIDI cable. So what you have to do is connect one of these into the output of your Focusrite or whatever audio interface you have. You will probably have audio interface with a MIDI connection like this, and then you connect the output of that into the input of this one, and that's the only connection that you need. So let's go now to FL Studio. So I will try to go between one and the other, and this will not be the easiest way, but it is what I have here, my setup. And let's go here to FL Studio. So the first thing that you have to do in FL Studio is go here to the MIDI settings. And as you can see, I already have Td3 set up here. So this is selected in port 2, and you can go and put port 0, port 1, no port. And if you take the port, there will be nothing here. So you have to enable it. You have to put it here. I chose port 2 because I already have this at port 1 and this at port 0, my Focusrite. And I don't know why I have this actually. I don't need it. So let's put this at port 0. And we can send the master sync, which is something that I want. So let's put this master sync. And because I want FL Studio to send a sync signal to Td3. So that's why it says here sync. Otherwise, they might not be in sync and they might not work correctly. Okay. And here for the input, you don't necessarily need anything here. So this is, you could have also input, but this is MIDI input, and I want to send information from the FL Studio into Td3. So that's it. Again, we have to remember here the port. Okay, and then also we have the synchronization type, and we can use one of these. I will leave it as MIDI clock. How can I say? I probably have to check some other or test some other clocks, because this is kind of buggy, to be honest. And let me see. I have my FL Studio ASIO and a 9 millisecond delay here, or latency, not delay. And now if I go here, there's a plugin called Midi, and it's called Midi Out. And if I select this and I put it on port 0, now if I click in my keyboard, and I can actually show you here. So let's go to the webcam. If I click to one of these notes, you see this is actually sound coming from the TD3. So what I'm actually doing is sending. As you can see, this is not playing. If I click here, it will start play, and it will normally play. So I can change the preset, something like that. I can even put some other presets here. Something like that. And you can see there's a bunch of them. We can change the pitch. Can make it faster, slower. So this is it. Let's stop. Okay, and let's go back now to FL Studio. And this is the thing that I was talking about. We can play notes. If you see here my MIDI, I'm sending MIDI notes. So if you don't want to necessarily use the sounds in your, or the presets in TD3, you can just go here, create a new MIDI out, and you just create your own preset here, and you can have something like that. Let's see if this sounds. Maybe I have to put it in a lower octave. And the good thing is that I have this playing, and if I go back to TD3, I can still play around with some knobs and have and the problem here is that you have to be careful with the tuning, because as you saw, I put it C5. This was the main note, or the starting note, but I can change the pitch here. And you can manipulate this however you like. And this is the good thing about this. We can change the volume and all that stuff. You can control FL Studio, or you can control TD3 through MIDI. And actually this is working quite nice. So it's not creating any how can I say, any delay actually. Yeah, so this is working correctly this time, but sometimes I just want to play something. Let's say that I want to record, let me see, that I want to record a preset. So what I can do is to sync I can play here. Actually, okay, so what I have to do is I have to go back to, let me see, let's say that I want to sync my TD3 with the playback of FL Studio, instead of having to play the notes here. And I have to go to TD3, and I have to select here, let's see, where is it? I think, it's here, mode, and I have to select MIDI. And when I select MIDI, now the pitch will not matter. So what will sync? It will sync with the FL Studio clock. So now if I play, Actually, this is not syncing. I don't know why. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, sometimes this is a little bit not so easy to work with. Okay, this. Okay, so let me see what's going on. I knew there was a way for me to have this, to be able to put the FL Studio as the sync mode. Let me see. Yeah, this is why it's so hard sometimes to just use this synth, because it's kind of a mess sometimes, to be honest. And I'm selecting here. This should work. I will probably have to do some more experimentation offline so that I can show you exactly. So this here with the pitch mode, when you click here, you can select I don't know if you can read there. It says MIDI or USB or internal. And this is the clock source. And here internal, if I hit play, I can make this faster or slower. So this should be the thing. And if I hit MIDI, my FL Studio clock should be syncing with Td3, which is not. I don't know why. Let me see if I did something wrong here in my MIDI configuration. And this is port 0, send master. So this should be sending master through port 0. Let me see, like that. No. Even if I choose USB, this is still configurable through the speed knob here. So yeah, it's a little bit of a mess, to be honest, and it's not the easiest thing to work with. And I managed to send MIDI information or MIDI signal to this tool here, to the synth, but I'm not able to send it right now. I don't know why. Let's see if I need something else. Let me check. Let me put on port 0, which is okay, maybe it's this one here. Let me put this also on port 1, and both are in the same port. Okay, no, still not working. Okay, I'm now at 90 something in FL Studio at 50, and this is still not sending any information. Okay, yeah, so this is kind of the issue here. Let me see. No, this is still kind of a mess. Yeah, so it's a little bit hard to work with this tool, but as you can see, if we go back to FL Studio, you will see that I can use this Midi Out to send information. And now I was messing here around, and now I have the output of Focusrite. I'm sending to channel to sync 1. Let's see if I put this one. It still works. So if I click on my keyboard, I can send also some information, which I think is the best way to work with this. So forget all of the other stuff that I was saying. Maybe the best way is just to use this, put it here at port 0. Let's say send master sync, and then you can open up a a MIDI output channel and just send the notes. Let's put this on 0 and just write here stuff. We can, and let's see, maybe we can do some glide. Okay, and we can make it slower. Of course, for you to listen, to be able to listen to this sound here, you must have the output. That's why I had a MIDI channel and a output cable, not a MIDI channel, a MIDI cable and a jack, audio jack cable, because I have to send the output here directly into the directly to the Focusrite USB. So I'm receiving if I take this out, you will not hear any sound because the sound is going from the output here in this cable, going through directly into my Focusrite, and that's why I'm able to send sounds from the TD3 directly into FL Studio. So that's it. This was kind of a hard one to explain because it's a little bit hard to use this synth. It's not the easiest one to use, and sometimes MIDI can be a little bit hard to work with, and that's why I even had some issues trying to send trying to make FL Studio to control the TD3. I managed to do it. I think it was with a different audio device. It was the device of the Focusrite USB, and that one is it goes directly, connects directly FL Studio directly to my other device, and that's the best way to connect this. So that's why sometimes it's a little bit hard to do these MIDI connections. But basically, recapping, you have to have your audio device. In my case, it's a Focusrite. You connect a MIDI out directly into the MIDI in of the TD3. Then you have to connect the audio jack, the output from TD3, directly into the Focusrite audio signal input. And then you have to configure FL Studio with this MIDI out so that you can send notes and get some audio directly from the TD3 or the Focusrite input. So that's it. It's kind of a pain, to be honest. It's kind of a pain in the back end. I try to keep it YouTube friendly, but yeah, it's possible to do, and yeah. Okay. Before we go to the next question, I have some announcements to make here, and the first announcement is that I will be doing these live streams every Saturday at 6 p.m. GMT time, which is the +2, which is the Berlin time. I'm located in Stuttgart, so if you search for Stuttgart time, you will probably find and see the time difference from you and me. And I will be doing live streams every Saturday at 6 p.m. GMT +2. And if you have questions, you can leave them here in the chat, and I will answer them the best as I can. I can answer questions in FL Studio, Studio One, and Ableton. I also have Pro Tools, but I'm not using it anymore. So if you have questions for that DAW, probably you can find somewhere else to have those questions answered. And I'm not, I could answer them, but I'm probably not the best one because I will start talking crap about Pro Tools. But yeah, that's for another conversation. And where was I? Okay, if you have questions, you can put them here in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. Also, if you want your questions with a higher priority, I will have a link in the description for the newsletter. And in this newsletter, I will be sending forms where you can submit your questions. Sorry, you can submit your questions, and I will get those questions and answer them with a higher priority here in the live stream. And I will not be sending any product material there, any marketing material. It will only be for the live stream, like sending the forms or saying, hey, next Saturday I will be doing the live stream, and this is the link where you can join, something like that. So only related to the live stream, nothing else. And I think that's it, guys. Let's go to the next question. Unfortunately, there's no one yet today in the chat. I can see there's only one current viewer. I don't know if that's myself or not, but it is what it is. If I'm here only talking alone, that's fine. And we are still building. So let's go to the next question, which is how to save presets and update the default configuration in the FPC. This is a really good question because I really enjoy FPC. For me, it's one of my favorite plugins, and a plugin that I really use a lot in FL Studio, and you will see why. So let's go to FL Studio, and to load the FPC, you just go here, drums FPC, and this has a very nice style to it. It's kind of reminds me of MPC. That's why it's called FPC probably. And I actually don't know, Fruity Program Controller, something like that. And it can be very powerful. So you can you can put here several files, as you can see, for instance, in this side stick. If I go here very low, we can go very degrees of levels here. And as you saw, whenever I click on something, it shows which one is being activated. So we have this one. So we have several levels of sounds, or several sounds, and they are mapped based on the velocity. So if I hit the note really hard, it will be this one here, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, and this one will be the softer one. So if I show you that, let's see here the side stick. Let me make this a little bit shorter. We can probably remove the mixer and also the channel rack. And let's go to the side stick, okay? And let's do something like that so that I can show you. Okay, let's do this going up. Okay, I hope this will show all the sounds. You see, this is you see the yellow one, then this one, then this one, then that one. So if I go here, if I play a very high note, this note will be played, the number 4. If I play it a little bit less volume, it's number 3. A little bit less volume, number 2. And this one here with the lowest volume will be number 1. So you can set this up, you can change this. So if you want to have something like that, so you can pretty much do whatever you want. So the question was, let me go back to the question, how to save presets and update the default configuration. So the default configuration is this one. So whenever you load FL Studio or FPC, this will be the default one. So let me go here to the channel rack. Let me load another one, FPC. And as you can see, it gave me the same configuration. Let's say that I want to have the default one. The default one, not the default one, the empty one. Okay, let's say that I want to do this one. I want this to be my default one. So what I can do actually is go here, and this it's pretty much the same as save a configuration or save a preset. And this was the question, how to save presets and update the default configuration. So these are linked together. So saving presets, it's the same of updating the default configuration is through saving a preset. And let's go here, and you save a preset by save preset as, and this will save every configuration that you have here in the FPC. So let's do this, save preset as. And if we go here to the FPC, this is the image line, FL Studio preset, plugin presets, generators, and FPC. But this one here, this only shows me the ones that I've created, not the default FPC preset. So we have to find where this FPC preset is located. So let's see if I can find that here in the browser. Let's go to plugin database, generators, drum, FPC. Let me see where this Windows shell menu, let's see, properties, image line, database, generators, drums. Probably not this here. Plugins presets, generators, FPC. Okay, no. VSTs, effects. Okay, let me see where can we find. No. Yeah, probably I don't know where to find it. Let me see here in the options, file settings, data. Let's open this data. It's not a place where you set your library or plugin location. Only change this. Okay. I don't want to change that. I would like to open it, but that's not opening it. I will probably have to do it with a window here. Let me go here and change this. So users, Tiago Duarte, and documents. Okay, I think I understand now. So this is sending me to my local folder. Documents, let's see, image line, and FPC, data. Oh, let's see, specs. Okay, these are the sounds, actually. Plugin presets, FPC. Let's see if the default is here. No, it's not. Okay, so let me see. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would be. But yeah, let's go here. Save preset as add. I have to find where the folder is located, because if I go here, presets, let's see. Yeah, this is still in my document folder. So this is probably not where it is located. So let me see here in my C. Let's go to program files, image line. This one, image line, FL Studio. Okay. Image line. I have a bunch of installations of FL Studio. Let's see, plugins, Fruity, generators, FPC, data. Probably is this one here. Let's see, default layout, no. Okay, envelopes, not here. This is kind of, yeah, this is the problem with FL Studio. I have to go into these folders. Let me see if I can find something else. Data, templates. Let's go to templates. Advanced, not templates. Patches, plugin presets, generators, FPC, and here is the default one. Okay, finally I found it. So what you have to do is you have to go to the C, then program. Let's see if this shows. Okay, program files, x86, image line, FL Studio, and then you have to go to the version that you have. I have a bunch of them. Data, patches, plugin presets, generators, and FPC. And then you have here the default. So let me copy this. Let me paste this, and I will have here backup. Let's call this backup. Okay. So now what I want to do is copy this path. Let's see if that will work. Save preset. And let's paste this path here. and let's copy over this default one. Okay, so let's do that. Yes. And what will happen, hopefully, is that whenever I bring another FPC, and I got it wrong. So this is not actually the default preset, because the default one, actually it is. Okay, so it's kind of strange because the empty one, I overwrite it. I overwritten. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so I should be able to do it like this. Yes. And whenever I load the default, okay, now I have the default as the blank one. So if I load it, oh, it still loads this one. So I don't know if that's possible, to be honest, because if I go here to backup, if I load the default, it shows the empty one. So it's probably not loading the default. It's probably loading something else. This is kind of how can I say? This is kind of the way they do it. They don't take the default parameters, because if I go here to the backup, they have it here. But if I do the default one, it's empty. But every time that I open FPC, it gives me this one here. And then if I choose the default again, it goes to empty. So this is to show that it will not matter if I do if you change the default or not, it will never load the default. So you shouldn't change the default one. Let me take this here. Let's take out the backup. Let's make the default as normal. And now if I load the default, it loads with this one. So yeah, they probably are not using the default here, the default preset. They are using something else. So you have always to go and select the empty one if you want the empty one. There's probably a way to do this. I'm not sure, but yeah, probably you will have to ask ImageLine for that. And yeah, that's it. That's how you save presets. You go here, save preset as, you do your changes. And as you can see, I have a bunch of presets. I have more for my headbanging trap drums. I have here my presets. And I also have for soprano drums and also for samples from Mars. So you can do whatever your presets you like. And whenever I want to do some kicks, I just come here and I have a bunch of kicks here, both for bank A and bank B. So this is why it's very powerful to have your samples organized in FPC. It's a very powerful way to work with your samples, and it's very, very good to have it this way. Okay, so that's it. This was kind of a rocky explanation. Sorry for that. Again, I said I'm going to try to do my best to answer. Sometimes I have to do a little bit more research, and on the spot is a little bit hard, like it was with the TD3. I was not able to do exactly everything that I wanted. I showed you how to work with it, but it's not perfect. And this one also the same. So yeah, let's hope the next question will work better. Okay. Before we jump into the next question, another quick announcement. I will be doing these live streams every Saturday at around 6 p.m. GMT +2, which is the Berlin time. I'm located in Stuttgart, so every time if you search on YouTube, if you search time zone Stuttgart, you will find the GMT +2 from Berlin, and you will see the time zone compared with yours, I guess. And I will be doing these live streams every Saturday. And if you have questions regarding music production, you can put them in the chat, or you can just subscribe to the link that I have in the description, which takes you to the newsletter. And the newsletter, you can leave your email. It's a two-process confirmation, so you have to confirm your email before you can receive emails. And basically, I will be sending forms where you can submit your questions, and also I will be sending information regarding the live stream. I will not be sending any product information or marketing material, so there's no product promotions there or any type of promotion. It's just related to this live stream and your questions. And the idea for these live streams is to pretty much get to know you guys better and answer your music production questions. Whatever you have, questions you have, you will be able to put them in the chat, and I will have the questions from the newsletter will have a higher priority. So if you put a question in the chat, and I have a big list of questions from the forms, I will not be able to answer your questions. So that's why the forms is the best way for you to answer or put questions, because they will have a higher priority. And again, the theme of my channel is master the software, so that is just you and music, and that's why I do this live stream, so that I can help you out and facilitate some of the questions that you might have if you are starting, or if you are a more advanced or intermediate to advanced producer. I consider myself as an advanced producer because I've been producing for a bunch of years. I'm proficient in any DAW that you give me. I might be a little bit slow in some DAWs, but give me 1 or 2 weeks, and then I'm off to the races. So it's all about the concepts. It's all about the, how can I say? It's all about understanding the software. And because I'm also a software engineer, it's easy for me to really understand the what's going on behind the screen, and understand a little bit about audio, because I work in the audio field. So I joined both things together, and I think I can be really of service to you guys to really help you out and asking or solving your questions. And because I've been producing for a long time, I took also a lot of courses online to try to improve my skills as a music producer, as a mixer and mastering engineer, and all of these great things about music. And that's why I invest a lot of money and a lot of time into becoming better with the software, because whenever I don't think about the software, it's just me and music. It's if I take out the software thing from my mind, it's just me and my music ideas, and that's the good thing about it. And when you start removing all of the software stuff, or all of the blocks that you have in your mind regarding the software, how to do that, how to do this, how to mix, how to master, how to change this and change that, and how to route stuff and all that stuff, and EQ and all that, those things, and compression. When you start to have that in the back of your mind and you don't think about it that much, that's when you start reaching a more expert level, and you just open up FL Studio or any other DAW and you just make music. It's just you and music, nothing else. And that's why I do these live streams, and I do my channel, is to try to help you master the software, so that is just you and music, because that's a really, really good feeling. If you love making music, I can tell you from experience that whenever you cross that threshold, that's when you start to feel really proud of yourself, because that's when you can convert your music ideas into reality. And that's when people start saying, "Oh, your beats are really good at now. Your quality is really high." It's because of that. When they say, "Oh, your creativity improved a lot," it's because you don't think about the software anymore, and it's just you and music, just putting out whatever it comes into your mind, all the ideas that you have, and you start translating them into music. So that's very powerful, and that's why I make music. So let's go again. Let's go after this. How can I say, this explanation of why I make music? Again, I think I did that in the last live stream, but it's always a good thing to promote, because I think it's a very healthy mindset. Let's go to the next question, and the next question is FL in Studio One, sorry, and how to route channels in Studio One. So let's open up here Studio One, and let's see if this will open correctly. Yes, it does. And if you don't know, I really like Studio One. It became now one of my favorite DAWs after FL Studio, and I smile because I'm always saying that my favorite DAW is Studio One, is FL Studio, which is but for producing, for mixing and mastering and recording. Now is Studio One. So if you don't know where to open your mixer, you just go here to the bottom and then click on mix. And this is it. This is shows here. So let's create some tracks. Maybe we can just click on T. And let's open up like 4 more so that we have 6 tracks. Okay. And this took me a while to figure out how to route stuff. And the easiest way to route stuff, it's, I think, Studio One, it's a very good DAW. I have some good points and not so good points about it, but overall, I really enjoy it. And one of the things that I really enjoy here is in the mixer because, like I said, one of the things that I do most here in Studio One is mixing. And that's why I really enjoy this track. And it's very powerful. It's very easy to work with. And let's say that I have these 4 tracks here and I want to create an auxiliary track from these ones. And I just select them with Shift. So I click in the first one, Shift, and the last one that I want to select. And I go here and I do add bus to 4 selected channels. And that's it. That's how you can see here, there's 4 ticks in that channel here in the sources, and you can see track 1 and track 2. And this is very easy to do. And I don't have sounds here. Probably would be nice to have, but yeah, if I had some sounds here, I would you will be able to see that whenever I lower this. And actually we can do that. Let's do here the browser. Let's go to some loops. And let's go to hip hop. And let's go to a bass loop. Okay, probably this is too fast. Let's go slower. Let's go 90. Let's make this. Okay, let's lower it here and let's add a drum loop. Maybe not the best loop in the world. Let's see one that has this should be a loop, right? Okay, this one might work. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, and let's extend this. Okay, so now we have a loop here, and I can control the sounds individually here. But now if I go here, I can lower everything from one single channel. And this is what is called the group channel or the bus channel. And I can name it here by double clicking and calling this bass plus, let's put a plus actually, bass plus drums, something like that. And yeah, and how would you go about to, let's say I want to add a sound on track 3, and let's go here now to this clap. Let's go clap 1. And actually let's put this on track 4. Let's say now that I want to route track 4 to the bass and drums bus. What I do is, instead of having this main here, I click here and then I just route these to bass and drums. And now if I take them out, nothing plays because I route this bus, this channel into the bass and drum bass. So that's it. It's very simple to work with, and I really like the fact that you can just select a bunch of channels and then just add bus for selected channels, and you can add some other stuff, effects channel and all that stuff. But it's very powerful to use this. And let's say that you want to, instead of lowering here the bus, let's say that you want to increase the size, or not the size, you want to increase the volume of, for instance, this one and the bus. Instead of going there, you can just select the tracks that you want and then increase the volume of both simultaneously. And this is very powerful because you can just select here, select the tracks that you want, even if they are not in the same group. You can lower them together, and this makes it really, really easy to work with and really, really fast. That's why at the beginning I was not very excited about Studio One, but after seeing some of these features, I was like convinced that this was going to be a really good DAW and a really nice DAW to work with. And that's why I went ahead and purchased one license for Studio One, because this is the artist version. But I think for me, for my case, it's more than enough to mix and record stuff. It's more than enough, and I don't need it. I don't need anything else for the work that I do. And it cost me only 50 euros. So that's it. And if you have laying around some PreSonus gear, you probably have a Studio One Artist version already with your hardware. That's how I got mine. And then the upgrade was only 50 euros. And you can, even if you don't have, the DAW costs 100 and something euros. So it will not break the bank. And you can even produce on this track, and you can do a bunch, not on this track, on this DAW. But yeah, but for me, mostly is mixing. That's why I think it was a very cheap product for the benefits that it gives me. And that's it, guys. I think I will finish here for today. It's already one hour. I've been streaming for about 56 minutes, and I still have some workout to do, and you have to keep yourself in shape, and that's what I'm doing. And yeah, this one was fun, even though I had pretty much I had some people joining and going, not so much like the last one, but it is what it is. I will be grinding and keep going, keep doing my thing here. And even if I don't have any people joining, or just one of you guys joins and says hi, that's more than enough for me. And yeah, my plan is to start growing these live streams so that I can help more people, I can reach more people, and get to know you guys better. Have to have an idea of what you like, what you want, what are your questions, and understanding a little bit better how can I help, and making tutorials that are helpful for you, not just because I just remember something and I'm going to do. I did that for a bunch of years now. I've been doing that for a bunch of years, but now I want also to make you guys a part of it, and start to have a more personal relationship with you guys. And that's it. Again, these live streams I will be doing the live streams every Saturday at around 6 p.m. GMT, time +2, which is the Berlin time. And if you go on Google or something like that, you can search for it and see the difference in the time, so that you can adjust to the hour that I do here. And what else? If you want your questions answered, I will have a link in the description. You can leave the questions in the chat, or you can go to the link in the description and subscribe to the newsletter. The newsletter will only be for sending forms to ask questions. I will not send any promotional or marketing material. will be just only for the questions and some information regarding the live streams. If sometimes I cannot do a live stream because reasons, I will be sending out an email saying, okay, this weekend there's no live stream, or I will be doing the live stream on Sunday or whatever, something like that. It will be just information regarding the live streams, the producer show live streams. And in the future, I also want to bring more people in. So if you are watching this and you have an interest in doing some type of interview, let me know. Give me some feedback in the email or whatever, or in the comments. And but that's something that I want to do in the future, start expanding the live stream to start having some guests, and that we can provide a little bit more value to you guys. And yeah, I think that's it. This was fun, and it's been around 1 hour, close to 1 hour. This was fun. And I hope I answered the questions correctly. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.